Hello, and welcome to the introduction video to vector dot product. In this presentation, we'll give you a brief overview of dot product in terms of its definition and some typical applications. Dot product is a product operation between two vectors that produces a real number or scalar. For this reason, dot product is also known as the scalar product. Historically, dot product was motivated by a problem in physics where we would like to calculate the work done by a force F exercised on an object which causes it to be displaced by a vector D. There are two approaches for performing dot product, geometric and algebraic. To perform the dot product of two vectors u and v by the geometric approach, we first bring the vectors into one initial point as shown and measure the smallest angle between them. The dot product simply is defined as the product of the magnitudes of the vectors multiplied by the cosine of the angle. In class, we will develop an algebraic formula for computing the dot product. With this algebraic formula, you can find the angle between any two arbitrary vectors in space. There are two typical usages of the dot product. We can use it to verify that two vectors are orthogonal or perpendicular to each other by showing that the dot product between them is 0. This is because the cosine of 90 degrees is 0. In some situation, the dot product can be used to find the shadow of vector A onto a direction represented by another vector B. This is called the projection of vector A along direction of vector B with notation as shown. It is a vector parallel to B, having the magnitude of the dot product of A and the unit vector of B. As you will see, this projection concept will be useful in many applications, including finding distance between a point and a plane in a subsequent lesson. So in this video, we have been introduced to the dot product and how to compute it via the geometric approach. We have also learned that this is useful for verifying that two vectors are orthogonal and useful for finding the angle between two vectors and for finding the projection of a vector along another vector. Remember that dot product is a scalar product. It produces a real number, not a vector. In the subsequent lesson, we'll learn about another product between two vectors called a cross product, which produces a vector instead of a scalar.